What's up, Salt Strong Nation? It is time for another Strong Angler of the Week. If you don't know what Strong Angler of the Week is, this is where we pick an awesome post from our community that really stood out, where somebody went fishing with friends and family. This week I have Austin, and he took a kid from his neighborhood out fishing, and you can tell that they had an awesome time. Tell me a little bit about that trip, Austin.
Hey, other Austin, thanks for having me on today. So I'm a rather new member to Salt Strong and just recently moved to the Williamsburg, Virginia area. Met a lot of good people. I had a lot of chances to meet some friends and got a chance to take one of the neighborhood boys out kayak fishing last week. So we went out to Messick Point, right off the Chesapeake Bay, little cove inlet, to see if we can get into some fish. Right off the bat, we got out right around sunup and started fishing the grass flats. There was a lot of bait activity, a lot of fish activity, also a lot of bigger boats out there. So it looked like a good area. Within 30 minutes, I hooked up into a nice solid 20-inch trout using the original power prawn on a quarter-ounce weedless jig head and just doing a really slow retrieve, just like Luke does in his videos. So after a couple more small fish, we went into some back creeks trying to get it protected from the wind. And right away, as soon as we got to one of the points, he hooked up into a nice slot red, which was his personal best. And man, was he excited. He was just so pumped. I was paddling over to try to help him land it, and he just grabbed it up like a pro, uh, pulled it up to me. I took a little picture from a distance. He got a measurement and got it dehooked, and it jumped out. So he didn't get a good picture with it, but I got one from farther away. But then after that, we kind of just continued fishing the points and on an outgoing tide. He was using the Slam Shady 2.0 the whole day because that's what he used to catch that slot. And so that's what he stuck with. And he caught like 4 or 5 more puppy reds. And then I continued the power prawn. I got one more just under slot red. And then we just called it a day.
Awesome work, man. Man, thank you for getting out there with those kids and getting them on the water. I've looked through your profile here in the community, and I've seen that you've done this more than once. So that is awesome, man. And just looking back, when I was younger, that's when I really got hooked on fishing. So thank you so much for getting them out there on the water. And I wanted to ask you, what was the highlight of the trip for you?
Yeah, so kind of like what you're saying, the highlight of the trip was just spending time with these young anglers. I took his brother out a couple weeks before, and then I took him out after he had to prove to his brother that he was a better fisherman. And just watching the young man just quickly pick up all the different techniques and absorb the little bit of coaching that I was giving him without being too overbearing, and he just really was picking it up really quick. And just seeing that pure excitement that when he got that nice red and picking it up and didn't know what to do with it really, I just felt really blessed just to be there and just share that experience with them.
I love it, man. There's nothing like that feeling to see somebody else get hooked up on a fish, period. But especially like their best fish. That's an awesome feeling. There's nothing like you can't explain it. You gotta be there and you gotta see it. But I know that you said that you haven't been a member for a very long time. So I just wanted to ask you, what is your favorite thing about Salt Strong so far?
Yeah, so originally what drew me into Salt Strong was kind of like the analytical and like data centric approach that your team uses to just fish and dissect different areas. So I thought that was really interesting and related a lot to how I fish. But after joining, the absolute best thing about Salt Strong is just the awesome community. I've been in contact with a lot of insiders, and with their help and the local insight, especially I want to give a shout out real quick to Bill Radcliffe. He's a man. He really helped me find some of these local spots, but because it would have taken me months just to find these different areas and different techniques to fish at. And honestly, they're just all around good people. Really feels like a family, and that's why I think Salt Strong is just so special.
Thank you so much for the positive review, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, I would really completely agree. And everybody that watches these videos probably has heard me say this a million times, but go to Facebook, and look at the comments on fishing related posts and just look at what they say. I'm not even going to put anything out there. And then come check out Salt Strong, look at the community, and I think that you are going to be amazed. But thank you so much, man. I just couldn't agree more. But thanks so much, Austin. I really appreciate you coming on, man. And for anybody that's watching this video, if you want to be Strong Angler of the Week, just put your family and friend reports in the community for your chance to win. And maybe I'll have you on next week. And again, thank you so much, Austin. You have an awesome name.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. It was fun.
There's something about the water that'll give you peace, all by yourself or with your family. Live salt strong and weather